Okay, so episode 3 of Prehistoric Planet is now out, titled Swamps. Once again, I will be going over details. If you don't want it spoiled, click away. I'm starting to sound like a broken record with this, but this was another really good episode. Pretty much has all of the elements that I pretty much expect or really want from this kind of show, which of course equals, story elements, featuring animals that aren't dinosaurs and really kind of fleshing out the Mesozoic for the general public. And I'll focus on that for a second because we get to see, as per usual with most Prehistoric Planet episodes, we get to see other animals that aren't dinosaurs, which of course are the star of this show, like Beelzebufo. That was a really cool segment. I absolutely loved that segment. It was extremely fun to just watch him simply want to get into a pool because all he wants with this moment is to find a mate. But a ton of sauropods are like, no, you can't do that. So it was a really fun segment and probably one of my favorites in the episode. But you also had, of course, the Asdarkid pterosaurs at the beginning, just trying to simply get off of the island that they're currently on because of the limited resources, and they're having to survive all of the crocodiliforms. And I really like those elements. I like seeing different parts of the Mesozoic world, even if we are just stuck in the late Cretaceous period. But they're really taking advantage of the fact that it is called Prehistoric Planet and not simply called Dinosaur Planet. Some pretty big moments happened in today's episode, like the Pachycephalosaurus fight and the Tyrannosaurus Rex hunt on the Edmontosauruses. I'll talk about the Pachycephalosaurus first. Initially, I kind of thought that these were Stygimolochs because of their long horns on the back. I know that Pachycephalosaurus did sport horns and they would have definitely been layered in keratin, but I kind of assumed it would have just been Stygimoloch, and maybe that they were younger Pachycephalosaurs. Maybe they were going with the, Stygimoloch was just a younger Pachycephalosaurus, and as they grew, they, of course, grew a bigger bump in favor of losing their horns. But in the after the episode science portion, they do confirm that it is Pachycephalosaurus, which, that's fine. Of course, they did have horns that would have definitely been layered in keratin, so I really don't necessarily see it as an inaccuracy. I actually really like their designs. I really like the colors, especially the really red color on the grown male Pachycephalosaurus. And of course they feature headbutting in this, which personally, and most people agree, is incredibly likely for this genus. We see many examples of animals today that do similar things, and they mention bighorn sheep as being one of them, which, yeah, 100%. They have that extra padding that helps protect their brain, and given what Pachycephalosaurus has, it seems incredibly likely. And one small thing, they actually show these guys kind of snacking on some bugs here and there, which I really liked, because there's always been speculation that Pachycephalosaurus may have been at least partially omnivorous, mainly because of the fact that they have different types of teeth with more straight, almost sharp ones at the beginning or at the front of the mouth, which are often different from primarily herbivorous animals. And honestly, when it comes to eating bugs, most herbivorous animals might partake in that opportunity for extra protein anyway. So things like that happen all the time in nature. So it was a really cool, just small moment to see. And then, of course, we get to the star of the whole show in general, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We see a little segment in, I assume, the Hell Creek Formation, which was pretty much a swampy environment akin to that of modern-day Everglades of Florida. And this is the best that's ever looked. We see a little area with Triceratops and Edmontosaurus just kind of hanging out, drinking from the water, eating all of the vegetation, and of course the T-Rex is kind of watching. It was a cool little segment, and like I said, this was the best that the Hell Creek Formation has ever looked on camera, I would say, because in earlier documentaries we always got kind of a volcanic landscape, which of course wasn't the case. And then we get on to the T-Rex hunt, which we actually never saw Tyrannosaurus hunt in the first season, so it kind of feels like they were kind of building up to that moment. They opt to have them hunt as a group, which I'll get to that later, but they also opt to have it hunt at night because they say that Tyrannosaurus Rex had incredible vision, which is true. We believe that T-Rex had insane vision that is more like modern birds of prey. So having it hunt at night I would say is probably likely. Given its large size, it was likely an ambush predator, something that kind of snuck up on its prey and just jumped out and, you know, took it down. But as far as like the coordinated hunting and the basically kind of pack hunting, it was more so just two individuals hunting. As far as that goes, of course, none of that is confirmed. There's really no, like, that is purely speculation. We have no way of knowing if T-Rex was a pack hunter at all, or would even be able to lay down complex traps like they did. T-Rex was likely incredibly, like, was likely decently intelligent, but I wouldn't really necessarily say they were intelligent enough to pull off a maneuver like that. But once again, that is pretty much purely speculation, so I can neither confirm it nor deny it, essentially. One disappointment I had, though, is I wish they were kind of put in a situation where the Edmontosaurus was able to fight back a bit better, because they were in the kind of situation where T-Rex had the better eyesight, Edmontosaurus was basically blind, and it was at a clear disadvantage, the whole situation. So it never actually had the opportunity to turn and try to fight off the Tyrannosaurs, which is basically a minor nitpick. Because, I mean, for years we've always seen Edmontosaurus as the cannon fodder to T-Rex. I will say, though, it was nice to see it kind of kicking and using its tail a bit to try to fend them off, instead of just kind of lying down and just getting eaten. But again, that's just a minor nitpick overall. But another fantastic episode that I will definitely be rewatching. A lot of great elements to this. Again, the designs are incredible. A lot of the science holds up, and of course, a lot of this is speculation, which is usually a lot of fun to see. I will always say it. It's really great to see these to see dinosaurs as animals first and foremost, and this show definitely puts an emphasis on that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.